PC. Let's just go in order. We have Cathrine. Cathrine, our cleric, our noble cleric. And a note. We need to make a new note. We'll call this Cathrine. Cathrine. Prologue. And we need to make her backstory. Let's see here. Here's her backstory. So, she is... I already wrote down a little bit. So my idea for Cathrine so far is she is the third daughter. Oops, of a noble family. Usually the first or second daughter and the first or second son are too busy with family stuff for nobles. They're going to take over the family name. They're being married off to other high noble families. They're not going to be adventurers or have a class, so to speak. So I usually like to make my nobles somewhere in the lower birth order, third, fourth. There's an old saying for families, for noble families, is you have your first is your heir, the second is your spare, in case your firstborn dies, and the third is for the church. So basically I took that system and applied it to our Cathrine here. So her older sister and her two older sisters are more involved in the family than she is, and she was training with the church as a cleric. Okay, so she is sent to the church to serve as a cleric. Very rich noble families like to show off that, yes, my son or my daughter is the priest or cleric of this, and gives them good public image. So that's what she's doing. Yeah, so she's, she's had the run around training, done some basic service, go to a small village, do this, heal a few people here, whatever. But, has done training, and a few... I don't think there's going to be any fight. There's going to be a lot of dialogue. Nobles have lots of dialogue. Now, devout or rebellious? I think she's pretty devout. Notes. Actually, we don't have any. Oh, she's responsible. Respect authorities, and just as those below me must respect mine. Ooh, so she has the order of things. So I would say she's pretty devout in the sense that she adheres to everything, and she definitely follows the order of the day, for sure. So there we go. So she has done training in a few odd jobs for the church. Yeah, this whole party is pretty lawful and law-abiding and order-following and willing to die for each other. But they're all very kind of hot-headed and arrogant and impatient also, so I think it's going to be fun to follow this party as they go through these adventures. Done a few odd jobs. The story really starts with she gets a mysterious letter, an odd note from her father to come to... Ooh, where do they live? Where's the big family home? Most of the campaign takes place down south. Well, at least it starts. So being from Baldur's Gate or Scorn Noble would be Probably good. A big city that's close. There's a reason why she's in this area to begin with. Big trade cities. I mean, her family could be very far away. Yeah, how noble is she? Is she like a high noble, or is she a minor noble, major, minor noble? Yeah, because if it's too close, the odds are they are the noble family. I'd rather her be a minor noble from sort of far away. That way, like her name has some weight, but everyone doesn't have a direct connection with her family. It's not like, oh yes, I know your father, or yes, your father owns my farm, or something like that. I'd rather her be like, yes, you're a noble, I have to give you respect and blah blah blah, but I don't know exactly where your noble family is from. But yeah, that's true. I was thinking she was more like in the scornable area during service, in these smaller towns and villages out here that aren't even on the map. But being stationed from Baldur's Gate does sound good. Yeah. Like the big church, the headquarters is Baldur's Gate. Her little outpost maybe is Scornable, and there's some small little temples dotting the countryside. But her family, let's just go with the full lore. To Waterdeep. Her father is a minor noble from around Waterdeep area. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, she's out there. She has to go earn her dues on the frontiers and in the countrysides. Because she is a new cleric. Yeah. Right. Definitely true. Okay, so father's come to Waterdeep. He has an important story to tell. Definitely sounds good. Okay, come to Waterdeep. So she takes leave and heads home. Quite a journey from down here all the way up to Waterdeep. Not an easy journey either. Quite a surprise. Why did he summon her all the way home? He could have just told her something by Raven or by messenger. All the way home. Okay. Finds father on his deathbed. So we are using from the story the backgrounds that come with Hoard of the Dragon Queen. That's not what I wanted. Character hooks. There it is. This background. So one of the backgrounds is on his deathbed, your father confessed that he has become involved with a group called the Cult of the Dragon. They paid him to smuggle goods across the Sword Coast. Wrecked by guilt, he begged you to investigate the cult and undo the evil that he may have helped foster. He urged you to begin your search in a town called Greenest. Yeah. So we're turning that kind of idea into a story. Oh! Of course, she took a boat and heads home by boat. Does she like boats or not? Probably as a noble, boats are not something she enjoys. Did not enjoy. Sailing is not exactly pleasant. Finds her father's deathbed. He tells her a secret. He has been involved with the cult of the dragon. An evil cult. Yeah, she has the bond of being that the relationship with another family has to be maintained. If you want to put politics into your game, the best way to do it, the easiest way to do it, is just make nobles. Nobles are all about politics. Family relations and who owes what and vying for power. Just make one of your characters a noble and they'll get dragged into all of that easy. Family feuds and who inherits what and did you bow properly and all that good stuff. Cult. He was trading with a shadow. What do they call it? A shell company. I don't think they'd call it a shell company back then, but so their cult was doing business under a different name. And he found out the true identity of the people involved. Okay, so yeah, it depends on your party, but most people do just like rolling dice and killing monsters and where do I go next and where do I kill more of them. But I definitely enjoy that. Involved, he tried to break ties, but just like any good mafia or cult, they don't let you. Don't let him. Blackmailed to do more work. Yeah. Oh, good. Hopefully you can find some parties that love to roleplay. Both are fun. I like role-playing sessions, and I love just dungeon clearing and rolling dice and killing monster sessions. But I could never do a campaign of just one or the other. I need both, at least. I like a good mix. He tried to break. Okay, to do more work. He struggles. Oh no. Yeah. Her father is not old and should not be dying from what looks like old age or illness. Like, people his age don't look this way. They don't look sickly. They don't look this unless they're seriously ill. Doctors can't find anything wrong. Oh, exactly. No, even worse. You know what happened? He's not poisoned. Poison's child's play. This is the cult of the dragon, right? He's cursed. They have hexed him. They have cursed him to slowly die. Basically, they're killing him and they're draining his life like necromantic curse. Necromancy? Necrotic? That's what it is. Necrotic curse is slowly eating his life away. Yeah, poison's good, but easily found out in a day and age when you've got clerics running around. You need a necrotic curse. Okay, so that's the curse. Tells about the infections, told the clear name, sent to town. Yeah. Yeah, the rest of the family cannot be involved. And or the name would be ruined. Family name would be ruined if it got out. They can't possibly let it out. I think because Cathrine is a noble, a lot of this is going to be dialogue. A big part of her prologue is this long dialogue with her father about what happened, what did he do, what went wrong, what does she have to do. Yeah. He wants her to end the cult or at least untangle the family from them. He gives her some letters and directions to Greenest as a starting point. Yeah. There might even be a bit of a scene with her boss, like an arch cleric or something like that, who lets her, because she's on duties. She's not just free to run around. She'll need to get her permission. For sure. I mean, she could just leave, but that could cause problems of just being kind of AWOL. I don't know if she wants to do that. But we'll have to see. Yeah. Arch Cleric. Maybe question marks. Oops, just question marks. There we go. Question marks to see about that. Yeah. That's a good question, right, girl? Any conflict with older sisters who are taking over the family? Yeah, we need to figure out her family for sure. Let's do some background here. So the family. We do need a family name. Let's try to get a family name. She is a human. Noble family name. Let's see. She has, besides mother and father, hang on, so we have mom, dad, we have first daughter, first son is going to be the one probably taking over the family. Moongrove. Is there noble family names from in the D&D setting? Hang on. Forgotten Realms Wiki. Forgotten Realms noble families. Noble. Houses. steal a name. Oh, there's lots. Good. You can use a canon name sort of non-canonically. Moongrove is good. There's so many of them. Is there a way to find out where they are? Hang on. Nobility of Waterdeep. Maybe this will help. We can tie her to one of the families. Leading shipping clans, winemakers, slavers, moneylenders. Needs to be a trader of some kind. Lots of family names with nuns. Weapons. Weapons, Chester, jewelry, sages, researchers, monster tamers, slaves, clothing. There's lots, and lots with no entries in the actual. Just the name is known. Yeah, So here's where I'm looking. Here's what I'm looking at for the list of nobility of Waterdeep. Sheila? Moneylenders? That would help smuggle money laundering. Yeah, that would do it. And we can always pick one of the many families that just have no. Allwinter, Cathrine. Sounds good. Raventree. Page does not exist. Thorpe? No. Brick. Wave Silver. I like the idea of it's like being a double name, like Stormweather, Moongrove, and Raventree. Moonstar. There we go. Oceanfaring guilds. Yeah. Ties with oceanfaring and the Church of Selune. Perfect. That fits both her church for her cleric and the oceanfaring guilds of shipping that her father can be involved in. So Moonstar. That's perfect. You don't have to make stuff up. Just read some wikis. Find something that fits. Especially with Forgotten Realms. So much has been done with it since... When was the first time Forgotten Realms? Was it... Forgotten Realms was... first edition? Because there was a bunch of different campaign settings for first edition and AD&D, and I think Forgotten Realms may have been around that long. I know third edition for sure, but... Okay, first daughter, first son, second daughter. So, but she hates boats. There's always the weird one in the family, right? I think she loves boats. She just doesn't like riding on boats. Traveling in a ship as a lowly cleric is probably not the most enjoyable amenities. Second daughter, and then the third daughter, which is Cathrine. Yeah, no sea legs at all. Yeah, then third daughter is... They only have one son. I like the idea they only have one son. They've had to keep trying for... They had to keep trying for a son before they had it. Before they had one. So they have 3 daughters. He is the first son, but he's the youngest. The daughters all came first. There is probably lots of bad blood between the first daughter and the first son. She's probably like almost of age. She's like 17, 18, 19. Right? No, because she's the third daughter. She's like 20 something. Well, now, when he was born. So he's now like maybe just coming of age. She's like 23, 24. Just say 18 coming of age. Second daughter is like 26, 25. Oldest daughter is like 27. So she was pretty old. She was already like being groomed in her preteens to be the heir because they were having trouble getting a boy. And now once they had the son, she was kind of like dumped. Like, okay, go marry some family. We have a son now. So I think her family-in-law. Yeah. Her family-in-law. So the first daughter marries off, and that family is going to become the arch rival to the Moonstars because she is going to want to reclaim the family as hers and put it under her new family. And the new family is definitely eager to help them increase their power. And they do, questions of his legitimacy. Mainly spouted by eldest daughter. Yeah. So that's the politics of that family. The second daughter is, she's just a lady in waiting. She's serving a higher noble family, and she's still looking for a good family to marry into. They're not too worried about her. She's not that important, but I don't know if we want to go that far. We'll see if the chance comes up, we could tie them to it. That definitely is a possibility. As we play through, that they will seek out the cult to help them gain power, especially if the cult starts to lose influence on the shipping they used to have from the Moonstars. That definitely is a chance. Yeah. Married. New family is a rival looking to take over. Might get help in the future from the cult. There we go. Great. We got this sorted out, right, girl? We got this. Okay. Maybe it's some, gives her... She seeks, I'm gonna put a thing that's like she confides in her mentor / boss, who allows her to go off, suggesting she team up with some like-minded individuals. There we go. So unlike Rex, who's a hunter fighter out there, Catherine's prologue is going to give us a chance to see some of the inner workings of a noble family, lots of dialogue, and get not the violent side of the cult. Hans. Yeah, it means gift. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, Yeah, we haven't named anybody. Mom, Dad, we haven't named. I do want... We only have about another half an hour, 45 minutes or so, so I do want to get to the backstory of our Boris, our dwarf, a little bit. So we won't worry about names, but I will put down Hans as a possibility for his name. We'll see. Okay. So that should set Cathrine up some great scenes of coming to realization that her family is in some serious trouble, and she has to